Okay, g'day guys. Today we are talking about a barbell lunge. Fantastic way to go about doing your lunges. In fact, to be perfectly honest, I think this is the best way, head and shoulders by far, because of the fact that by getting in and under the bar, it loads our torso really well so that when we are executing the lunge itself, we are not falling forward or getting rounded off in the shoulders due to the dumbbells moving around. Also, obviously, that there is a factor in that the dumbbells do want to move around, so there's a lot more at play when it comes to stability and tension. Also, something really easy, and the fact that you don't have to worry about what your hands are doing. You just concentrate and dive deep into the working muscles, because you don't have to hold on to any weight. The weight's obviously loaded through your body. So let's discuss how we want to set this up and a few pitfalls people find themselves in with the lunge. Obviously, the first point of call of the lunge is that a lot of people overstride, so they end up in a stretch-like position like so, and when they come down, they feel it all stretched up here. With a lunge, or with working sets in particular, if you want to open up those hips, it's fine. It's a fantastic exercise to lengthen potentially your hip flexors, but we're not doing this exercise for that reason. We're doing a loaded lunge in order to gain muscle. So we don't want to be overstepping into a stretch. What we are looking to do is to create right angles and load our joints properly. Now, right angles. How we want to execute this lift is, first and foremost, yes, we want to go all the way down, all the way up. And the reason being is we want to take it for its full range of motion. Okay, now, a couple of things can happen when we go down to that bottom portion, and it comes down to a stability issue, and that is potentially we might lean forward with our bodies, so we'll end up in, say, this position here. We'll be leaning forward, and you can see that my knee is coming up and over my front toe. Now, that's not, if it's causing no pain, it's not the worst thing in the world. However, it's something that we can control, and it's not to do more so with the knee, but it's to do with the upper body. So you can see that when I'm coming down in this position here, and I'm leaning forward like so, my upper body is starting to really get over the top of this particular leg. Okay, now what we need to understand that with the lunge is it's very much a glute, hamstring, adductor exercise with quads coming in sort of towards the tail end, but it's very much this complex of glute, inner groin or adductors, and our quad and hamstrings come a little later. Okay, so we really want to be up and nice and tall and diving into these glutes and these adductors, and then driving through with our quads and potentially with a bit of hamstrings on the descent. So what we are aiming to create when we are in this position is that we don't want to be falling forward and getting our erectors in the game, so having to sort of arch our back and get it up. We're looking to create a nice straight line. Now, how do we do that? We want to think about these 3 points all in a line: our knee, our hip, and our shoulder. We want to be in this position here. Now, this is why I think that the barbell is far better, is because if we load our back and place it on the back, it can't allow us to cave in, or it doesn't allow us to cave in as much through the arms, and therefore throw off the shoulder. Okay, again, loading with the bar on the back versus the dumbbells. All right. So again, knee pain might be caused because we're over pressing through the knee, causing too much tension to be loaded up through the patella tendon here, and that might be creating you some issues. So again, right angles. Okay, we don't want to overstretch, don't open up this groin and cause issues. Stability. This exercise, both its beauty and its beast, is the fact that it works on our stability because we have to open up our hips. Obviously, with most, if not all leg exercises, the first thing I'm telling you to do is to create stability through the hips. Now, it's really hard to do when we're in a staggered stance, when we are moving dynamically forward. We need to build or... So again, that's the beauty of this, and the beast of this exercise is that we probably haven't got as much stability as desired because we are working unilaterally. So we're working one leg and then we're working potentially the other, or vice versa, backwards and forwards. Okay. Now, that being said, what we can do though is control how much stability we have over a prolonged period of time. So what I mean by that is that a lot of people, when they do this exercise, they just drop right in and they're not controlling that descent, and they're losing that stability and they're coming back out. Another thing that they do is they walk through. Now the walk through is not as bad as the descent, so we'll talk about this one first. Whenever we are doing a lunge, okay, we want to make sure that we are taking that step forward, we're planting, and then, hopefully I'm not out of the shot, okay, and then we're controlling that drop or the descent and then the drive, one, okay? We don't want to be coming out, taking the step and just falling in, okay? We want to control it. So again, shoulder blades back and down, we're tense, we're tight, taking that step, set, down, drive, step, set, down, drive. Now when I'm coming through with the back leg, okay, we don't want to just swing it through, all right? Because again, that's losing that stability, all right? So we're going to take that, so we're in this position here, okay? Body's up nice and tall, nice and rigid. Coming up, driving through, feet together. The next step, bang, off we go. Okay, we don't want to be, you know, in this position here and then driving through and straight into the next one. All right, we want to pause, stable, go again. Remember, we have external load on our back, so we want to take the time to control that, not offset ourselves. So when it comes to having the bar on our back, okay, we want to make sure that we're loading it just like we would a squat. Obviously, if I was to do this, I'd potentially facing the other way because I like to do walking lunges. However, you can adapt these processes to different lunges. So you can do your nice walking lunges going forward. You can potentially, or you can do step back lunges where you hold here, step back, come back up, okay? When it comes to stability, you probably find that the step back lunge is a far greater and more stable exercise because you're already loaded, so you can already load that leg. Okay, so I'm loading this right leg, back down I go, control the descent. It's a really poor example, but back down I go, pause, drive, okay, versus taking that step forward. Now, back to the control. Remember, a lunge is a deceleration exercise coupled with an acceleration. So also that's probably why it's a very good exercise to perform if you're an athlete, because it mimics your running patterns, all right? So taking a step, we decelerate our speed and then drive up, step, and away we go. All right, which is why they use these lunges to do things like, you know, if I'm mimicking a sprinter coming up, pushing this next leg through, pushing through. However, because we're under hypertrophy, we're looking for stability. Want to come up, pause, stop, rest, go again. Okay, so setting up the bar just quickly. Obviously I'd be going forward because that's the way I like to do them. But what I'm looking to do here is set up just like I would with a squat. So have my hands just past shoulder width, maybe even a little tighter, coming in, all right, and I'm looking to pinch my shoulder blades. So we could set this up actually at the top. I'm looking to push my chest towards the mirror or towards the back of the rack, all right? Shoulder blades are going back and down. I'm already in thoracic extension and my lats are going on, coming through, okay? My shoulder blades are back, down and pinched. My knuckles are facing to the sky. So instead of being loaded through my wrist, I want them to the sky. I'm standing up tall, taking that step out, okay? And then let's say we're doing a back foot lunge. I'm going to load my working leg, which is going to be my left leg, okay, down, touch, drive, and notice how stable I am through my body, and then switch the leg, down, touch, drive, and this is what we're looking to do for our barbell lunges. All right, team, so that there is how you want to go about doing a barbell walking lunge, backward lunge, or any type of lunges with the barbell. All right, team, enjoy.